This is Vicinity 95.3 FM, Ejili, Ijesha. It's 1 minute past the hour of 6. I am OLUWAFUNKE Israel with the news nationwide. First, the headlines. INEC rejects PDP's NEC meeting over signature irregularity. Osun State Security Network denies alleged plot to take over Osun Local Government Secretariat. In 2023, Labour Party presidential candidate condemns killing in Enugu community. Now the news in full. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has rejected the People's Democratic Party's notice for its 100th National Executive Committee meeting, citing non-compliance with electoral guidelines. The notice, scheduled for June 30 at the PDP National Secretariat in Abuja, was flagged for failing to meet procedural requirements. The PDP's acting national chair, Umar Iliev Demangum, formally invited INEC to the NEC meeting. However, the electoral body said the Regulation and Guidelines for Political Parties 2022 mandates that such notices must be jointly signed by the national chairman and national secretary of the party. In the meantime, President Bola Tinubu has reiterated his administration's commitment to electoral integrity, institutional autonomy, and democratic growth during the flag-off of the construction of Annex Office of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, Annex Office construction in Abuja. At the groundbreaking event on Tuesday, Tinubu described the event as one of national significance, saying the edifice, which represents far more than a physical structure, is a hub for innovation, planning, training and transport in electoral administration, reaffirming the government's dedication to strengthening democracy.
This reason, it is only right that for this reason, it is only right that such a pivotal institution is housed in a structure that reflects the dignity, responsibility, and national significance of that institution. Nyesom Wike has taken another important step toward the protection of our democracy in this country. I say thank you very much.
The President commended INEC's role in sustaining the country's democratic process, its role in conducting free, fair, and credible elections in the country. President Bola Tinubu has restated the determination of the present administration to fast-track approvals for viable infrastructural projects across the country. The President, represented by Vice President Kashim Shettima in his remark, where he declared open the 2025 Nigerian Public and Private Partnership Summit held at the State House Conference Center, Abuja, noted the most essential needs of an average Nigerian is to assess basic infrastructures such as power, roads, health facilities, and quality schools. He urged private sector partners to be focused and more committed to the calling for a more strengthened public-private sector partnership that emphasizes innovation, efficiency, and integrity above mere capital and investment. The President reaffirmed the administration's unwavering commitment to public-private partnership, passionate about delivering sustainable and inclusive infrastructure. Ministry of Environment has issued a call to action to collectively address environmental degradation with a particular focus on combating plastic pollution. Minister of Environment Balarabe Lawal stated these at the commemoration of World Environmental Day held in Abuja, the nation's capital, as the government takes decisive steps to address plastic pollution at all levels. He said the ministry is implementing a national policy on plastic waste management, which provides a strategic framework to reduce plastic use, promotes recycling, and encourage innovation and alternatives to single-use plastics. Members of the National Mathematical Center have protested their exclusion from the 50 billion naira earned academic allowances approved by the federal government for university workers. The workers under the auspices of Congress of University Academics. In a letter addressed to the Minister of Education, Dr. Tuji Alausa, by the Chairman and Secretary of the Union, Awugbemi Adeyeye and Okorie Okike, in Abuja, recalled that the federal government released the sum of 50 billion naira to universities as earned allowances to be shared between academic and non-academic staff, alongside payment of other allowances. The union argued that as an inter-university center saddled with the mandate of improving the teaching and learning of mathematical sciences at all strata of educational system in the country is being neglected. Leaders of the union called on the minister to use his good office to ensure payment of the earned allowances for all deserving academic staff members of the National Mathematical Center from 2013 to 2025. The Osun State Security Network, codenamed Amotekun Corps, has refuted allegations of forceful takeover of local government council secretariats across the state. In a statement released by the Corps Commander, I.C. Komayele, reviewed the mandate of the Corps is to provide intelligence-driven, community-based security service within the confines of the law and has not deviated from its responsibility. It described the accusations as baseless, irresponsible, and intended to mislead the public, affirming the Corps is yet to receive any directive to interfere with council operations. Omoyele warned politicians against issuing statements capable of inciting public unrest, that such remarks threaten the stability and security of the state. This is Vicinity 95.3 FM, Kejile Ijesha. News nationwide will continue shortly. And thanks for staying tuned for news update and live streaming. Visit our website at vicinity953fm.com.ng. For breaking news around you, send us an email at vicinitynewsroom@gmail.com or call 081-436-58302. You can also follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok at Vicinity 95.3 FM. Now, the rest of the news. Residents under the Lekki Estates Stakeholders Association have warned against the plots to undermine the reintroduction of an electronic call-up system for tankers and articulated trucks along the Lekki-Ekpe Expressway area of Lagos State, lamenting that unregulated truck activities have made life unbearable for residents in the Lekki area, causing routine accidents, environmental pollution, and massive economic losses. The association, in a statement jointly signed by its president, Suleiman Bello, and Chairman, Communications Committee, Yomi Benson, stated the initiative, which began on Monday, would restore sanity to the corridor, commending Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu and the Commissioner for Transport, Seun Oshiemi, for the initiative. Former Anambra State Governor and 2023 Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi has expressed deep sorrow over the recent killings in Ikpakpara village, Agemede Eha Amofo community in Enugu State, describing the attack on innocent farmers as heartbreaking and a tragic reflection of the country's growing insecurity. The statement issued on Tuesday, Obi said the frequent attacks on the Eha Amofu community must prompt decisive and permanent solutions to restore peace and safety. With a cry the continued threat to farmers and rural communities across the country, warning that fear and insecurity are undermining both livelihoods and national stability. called for a people-centered approach to governance and urged the government to prioritize the safety of citizens, particularly vulnerable rural population. The Co-Marshal of the Federal Road Safety Corps, Shehu Mohammed, has warned motorists against offering bribes to patrol operatives, urging them to pay traffic fines through designated banks. This was made known on Tuesday by the Corps Public Education Officer, Ogungbemide. Mohammed cautioned road users against attempting to entice personnel with financial or other forms of gratification when apprehended for traffic violations, stressing that the Corps maintains a zero-tolerance policy for bribery and corruption. Said any motorist fined attempting to bribe FRSC personnel will be arrested and prosecuted. To end news nationwide, another look at the headlines. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has rejected the People's Democratic Party's notice for its 100th National Executive Committee meeting, citing non-compliance with electoral guidelines. We told you that the Osun State Security Network, codenamed Amotekun Corps, has refuted allegations of forceful takeover of local government council secretariats across the state. And lastly, you heard former Anambra State Governor 2023 Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi has expressed deep sorrow over the recent killings in Ipakpara village, Agemede Eha Amufu community in Enugu State, describing the attacks on innocent farmers as heartbreaking and a tragic reflection on the growing insecurity. And just before we go, the last line: all great changes are preceded by chaos. That was News Nationwide. It was edited by Aisha Ibrahim. On behalf of the production crew, I am OLUWAFUNKE Israel. Thanks for listening. Good evening.